Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you are all fine. I welcome you all in the last lecture of the unit number 3, that is the periodic table. In this lecture we will discuss about the compounds, how the compounds are formed, their types and the formation of that types of the compounds. So let's start our lecture. Kindly consult your book page number 40. As I told you in the previous lecture, the elements combine during the chemical reaction to fill up the outer shell of their atoms. When their outer shell is complete, then they are in a stable condition. And what is a compound? Compound, when two or more elements join together, they form a compound. The molecules of the compounds are all the same, but they contain the atoms of more than one element. There are two types of the compounds, ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Let's first talk about the ionic compounds. How the ionic compounds are formed. You must know about the ions. Any charged particle is called ion. As you remember, when the atom loses during a chemical reaction, elements lose or gain the electrons, and when an atom loses an electron, it has a positive charge, and that positive charge particle is known as the cation. And on the other hand, when the atom gains an electron, it becomes a negative charge, or it is also known as a anion, and the formation of bond between these ions is known as the ionic compound. The bond which is formed between the two ions with the opposite ions is known as the ionic compounds. You can understand this with this example. What happens when the sodium and chlorine reacts? You can also understand with the help of this diagram. Sodium is a reactive gray metal and chlorine is a smelly poisonous gas. When they react, electrons are lost by the sodium and gained by the chlorine, as you can see in this diagram also. So the outermost shell of the sodium has one electron, so it loses its electron, and it will have a positive charge on it. And chlorine atom, the outermost shell have 7 electrons, so it has the capacity to accept that electron, and it will become a negative ion. These ions are pulled close to each other by the electrostatic attraction. This is called the ionic bond. So now you can see that in the sodium chloride, sodium has the positive charge and chlorine has the negative charge, because it has accept the electron from the sodium to complete its outermost shell. Now both of them are in the stable condition. Here we have another example, magnesium and oxygen. Another pair of elements that forms ionic bond is magnesium and oxygen. Magnesium is a gray metal and oxygen is colorless gas. Magnesium burns into oxygen with a bright white flame. They form magnesium oxide. During the reaction, 2 electrons are lost by the magnesium and gained by the oxygen. A white solid ionic compound called the magnesium oxide is produced. Here you can see in the diagram. In the magnesium atom, you can see that 2 electrons are present in the outermost shell and 6 electrons are present in the oxygen. Magnesium loses its 2 electrons and it will have a positive charge, and oxygen gains that electrons, it will have a negative charge on it. And now both of them have the stable condition because their outermost shell is complete. In magnesium there are 8 electrons in the outermost shell, and in the oxygen there are also 8 electrons in the outermost shell because it has except 2 electrons from the magnesium. Now they are in the stable condition and they form magnesium oxide. Let's move to the other form of the compounds, that is called covalent compounds. Covalent compounds, they are formed by the sharing of electrons. There is no loss or gain of any kind of electrons, but there is sharing of electrons. They form the compound by sharing of the electrons from both the atoms. Let's understand this with the help of this example. As you can see, there are the 2 chlorine atoms and their outermost shell has 7 electrons. In both atoms, the outermost shell is 7 electrons. They require 1 electron to complete their outermost shell. In the outer shell of the chlorine atom, there are 7 electrons, 3 pairs and a single electron. 2 chlorine atoms can share their single electrons as a pair. The combined chlorine atoms form a chlorine molecule. When they will share the electrons, they will be in a stable condition and they form a molecule. Did you know ionic bonds are very strong? They have a lot of energy and a lot of energy is needed to break them. Therefore, the ionic compounds have high boiling and melting points. Here is another example of the covalent compounds, that is the water. A water molecule is made when two hydrogen atoms share their electrons with the one oxygen atom. This gives each hydrogen atom 2 electrons and the oxygen now has 8 electrons in the outermost shell. You can see in the diagram, here we have oxygen in the center. Its outermost shell is filled with the 6 electrons. It needed 2 electrons to complete its outermost shell. And in the hydrogen, there is only 1 electron in their shell. So they will share electrons from oxygen, and oxygen share electrons from the hydrogen, and when they share the electrons, their outermost shell will complete with the 8 electrons in the case of the oxygen, and in case of hydrogen they will share electrons from the oxygen and complete outermost shell with the 2 electrons. So they are now they are in a stable condition and they form H2O, that is also known as hydrogen oxide. You can show a covalent bond with the line drawn between the atoms with which it bonds. So this is the covalent compounds. Hope you all understand. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.